Hi guys, welcome to the hopefully super quick rundown of all of the craziness that's been going on in my life. I am now, I don't even know, like 26 weeks into my pregnancy? I don't know, but it's getting to the point where like my belly's in the way of everything and having to ask for help to lift things and stuff like that is getting kind of old. But the normal routine of feeding and everything and taking care of the horses is pretty much the same, which is kind of keeping my sanity. So that's good. But my pants don't button anymore, and I have grown size in literally everything, and nothing fits, and it's just pretty mentally taxing, honestly. But on top of that, we've just had a lot going on lately with the horses and just personal life, and still living in the camper. The house is going up, but that's a slow process, so we have to wait that out. And just waiting, but also planning ahead and making sure everything gets done and all the appointments and everything that the horses need and everything else and all the lessons and all the blah, 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 schedule mess is a lot. But there are, of course, positives in that as well. Like, we have a really, really, really awesome barn family that is super understanding of all the chaos right now and very, very helpful when help is needed. And we really appreciate them for that. And we do have Miss Coco back. You guys might know her as Girlfriend. She came back as she outgrew her, or I guess her kid outgrew her. So she's going to come back into our program here. And we're really excited about that. But with all of the barn changes going on right now, we did have some, we'll just say, unfortunate chaos happen. A couple of weeks ago, I was up at the barn and I heard a big crash down at Lower Barn and came down to find Duncan just standing in front of a completely demolished fence line. I still don't know exactly what happened, other than my assumption is he put his head through the fence and then panicked, and sorry for Bonnie squeaking her ball in the background, but panicked and pulled back and broke the fence, and luckily all he walked away with was a little cut on his shoulder, or like his armpit area, and just put like maybe 2 or 3 stitches in it, and he was all good. But that was, of course, after hours, so that was a very pretty vet bill there. And then the week after that, no, this was the same week, this was actually the same day, one of our dogs, Nemo, the older one, had to go to the emergency vet at 1 o'clock in the morning for a really, really bad, like, choking cough episode. Still don't really know what that was all about. But anyways, long story short, they put him on $200 cough drops that didn't work. So then we had to go back to the regular vet and they put him on antibiotics and a saline flush. And now he's all better, thank goodness. And then we get to Diesel, which is who these pills here are for. I don't even know, this was a week ago, so like last Wednesday or something like that. He was out in the pasture and all of the horses were just kind of getting a little frisky and whatever, and I heard a scream, like a horse scream, and a bunch of fence breaking noise, and I ran down to his pasture just in time to see the other horse kick the boards into his pasture, and then unfortunately that broken board went into his leg. So it's kind of like a stab impaling injury to his leg. Thank goodness it was his upper leg, like the part where there is muscle and not like tendon. But it was pretty gross. All I could see, I didn't have my glasses on, and all I could see was blood projectiles squirting out of his leg. So of course I went into panic mode, and it's different when it's your own horses. Like, I'm all business and, you know, quick thinking when it comes to other people's horses or the boarders, but when it's my own, I just panic. But anyway, so I went down and grabbed him and called the vet, and he has stitches, and he is on approximately 100 pills a day being soaked and syringed into his mouth because he won't eat them in his grain, and we are cold compressing, and unfortunately he did contract an infection within that wound. The infectious swelling started, I don't know, about 2 days ago now, so luckily we caught it super early. You can see it right there. That is the infection brewing, so now unfortunately we are doing injectable antibiotics, and as of tomorrow I need to check in with the vet, and if the injectables are not doing what they need to be be doing, then we need to open the wound and drain it and go from there, which means he'll be on stall rest for another 2 weeks, which is super frustrating. So we could use all the good vibes there. I just feel awful for him. He's having the worst time. He is on trazodone, which keeps him a little bit sedated because he does not like being separated. But still, I mean, you can just tell he's miserable. So it really, really is very frustrating to feel like you can get ahead and finally start getting them in shape, and then they just injure themselves again. But this time it was not his fault. So he just gets all the carrots and all the love in the world. So on top of that, we also have here, Robbie and I are making a quarantine pen. And my animals are literally going absolutely bonkers in the background. I apologize, but there's no way I'm going to avoid that audio. Anyway, so we're making a quarantine pen. We have a Percheron weanling filly coming in from Canada. One of our boarders purchased her. She is the cutest thing in the world. I'll show you guys her in a minute. But because she's coming in from Canada, I guess Canada doesn't have the same vaccination requirements. Nice, Bonnie, that was cute. The same vaccination requirements that we do, so she doesn't have all of the vaccinations that we require here at the farm. So she is in quarantine for 30 days while she not only settles, but also gets up to date on those vaccines and just kind of gets healthy and all that stuff. But she's a really, really cool little filly, and I'm really happy for our boarder. Of course, when this filly came and after I finished morning chores, it was raining. So this is the next day, but I really wanted you guys to see this filly. She's so cute. She's only like 6 months old and she's already as big as like Duncan. She's huge, but she's so chill. And I'll have to show you her cute little face when she doesn't have her fly mask on, but the gnats are really, really bothering her. So we left that on today. Her name is Whoopsie. The owner's mare that passed away, unfortunately, earlier this year, his name was Daisy. So her name is Whoopsie Daisy in her honor. She's so stinking cute. And last but not least, this is our new kitty. I got emotional and sad about Diesel being laid up again, so my pregnancy hormones told me to go to the animal shelter, and this was the result. So, yeah. Right now his name is Sparkplug, because my agreement with my fiance was if we got a cat, he got to name him. So he named him Sparkplug, but we've also been calling him Chicken, so I don't really know what we're going to land on. But that's that. So that's the update on the chaos. I'm sure I'll have more to come. Thank you guys for watching.